Karl, amazing results lately. It's been such a run for Proisir. Could you have imagined it would have been this good?
Well, Emily, we were sort of, we've been watching Proisir for a long time, and he's such an amazing horse himself as a racehorse, and when he came to Rich Hill, he's just such a fantastic looking horse. So we dreamed about these sort of results, and I guess we're sort of basking in it for the moment. It seems to be coming to fruition. It's been 8 years at stud, and I think what we're seeing now is, I just can't wait to see the next 5 years.
What's he like to have around the farm?
Oh, he's a magnificent horse, Emily. He's certainly a favourite. They call him Ted the staff. He's just got the most cruisy sort of nature. He's like a big teddy bear, and they said that in the stable, when he was in the stable at Gay Waterhouses. He didn't even know he was a colt. He's just a beautiful temperament and gorgeous horse in all respects.
When you check the results, he seems to get winners pretty much every race day, but these top line winners, Group 1 classic winners, 3-year-old winners, that's really what it's about, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Look, he's a punter's friend. His percentage is quite amazing, the progeny that actually win races, but to win the big races, he's a horse that sort of started off at $7,000. As a service fee. So he's done it the hard way for the first 5 years anyway. And they're winning the big races. He's had 9 stakes winners, 13 stakes placed horses, and he's only had 200 runners. So, it's still early days in his career.
Yeah. How did you acquire Proisir originally?
Proisir, well, he was a top, you would know from your Dundee days, he was a top racehorse in his day. He was a top 3-year-old, and he sort of went off the scene. He injured himself and he was off the scene for a while, and he came back. They moved him from Gay Waterhouses to Peter Snowden's stable, and Snowden just had a massive opinion of the horse, but he injured himself again, and he came on the market. I think it was Michael Otto who gave John Thompson a call here and suggested you might want to take a look at this horse. So John was obviously, remembered him as a racehorse running against Dundee, and he was in a vintage year of 3-year-olds, and John flew over, looked at the horse, loved the horse, and the deal was done with Tony Falcone and his brother.
What has breeder support been like through that time, and how has it changed, I guess, now?
Look, he's had fantastic support all the way through. He's got a great shareholder base behind him, some very, very enthusiastic Proisir supporters in the team. And so he's always had great numbers. He's averaged 130 mares every year at stud. So he's had the numbers. Quantity is absolutely important. He hasn't quite had the quality. At $7,000, you're not getting the Book 1 mares. But the really exciting thing is he's made good with what he's been presented. He's made absolutely good. We call him the upgrader, and that's a term that's certainly stuck.
With him being an upgrader and his horses winning Group 1s, are you seeing an improvement in the quality of mares that he's receiving? Oh,
absolutely. As I said, the first 5 years he was at $8,000. He went to $9,000. To be fair, Emily, the horses we're seeing race and winning Group 1s, all his horses racing to date were bred off that $7,000 fee. So he went to $9,000, and that crop are the yearlings that are going to be selling at Karaka. But the quality's gone up year by year, and the last couple of years it's improved. And this year he's getting the Group 1 mares, the producers of, stakes horses, and God, you can only imagine if he started with this quality of mare, so it's really exciting.
Is there a favourite horse racing for you, or a favourite one of his progeny that you've seen that's a highlight moment?
Oh, look, I've been, me amongst others have been huge Proisir supporters, and for me Riadini's probably a favourite. He was bred by Alan Galbraith here at Rich Hill director, and staff. He's been a staff favourite. We followed him all the way through. He was a very good 2-year-old. He started racing in July as a 2-year-old, and he's been in top company as a 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 6-year-old. So he's a bit of a superstar, but no, we love all the Proisirs.
Speaking of Riadini, of course, he does his racing in Australia, as did Proisir. Have you noticed any international interest with these big results that you're getting lately? Oh,
absolutely. Funny you should say that, Emily. Just in the last week or two, we're getting calls from Australians because they're a pretty enthusiastic bunch. He hasn't, he's been on their radar through the likes of Riadini and Yonts and some good horses over there, but with the lower service fee, and to be fair, they haven't really looked at buying his yearlings, but they've been buying his nice horses off the track. And with what's been going on this spring, well, we're getting calls from the Australians wanting, is there any shares available in Proisir? Is there any mares for sale, in foal to Proisir? So, we're really excited about Karaka coming up.
Obviously, he's leading that New Zealand sire ranks at the moment. Can that continue throughout the rest of the season?
Oh, look, well, we're nearly 4 months into it, Emily. He's got a commanding lead in both the general size table and the 3-year-old size table, but you never write off Savabeel. He's 8 years consecutive champion stallion in New Zealand, but we'd like to think Proisir will give him a good shake this year.
There's great debate about what his service fee might be off the back of these wonderful results. Any thought around that?
Oh, look, only my own thoughts, Emily. Everyone's got an opinion. At the end of the day, it'll be John Thompson and Alan Galbraith and a few of the Proisir syndicate that sit down and talk about it. But for me, I think we could have stood him at 25,000 this year and filled his book easily. And John did say when we stood him at 17.5 at the start of the season, you know, it may quickly look very, very cheap. So, you know, he could easily double his fee. You look at what he's done to date and what he's going to do over the next 6 months. And then you look also at the competition among the stallion ranks, who he's competing against. So, yeah, it'll be going up.
I just wanted to sort of go in depth into some of his top performers. Tell me about, first of all, the Group 1 winners.
The Group 1 winners, well, I mean, obviously Levante, everybody knows, a double Group 1 winner, and she's, you know, she's been a little bit unlucky, to be fair, in 2 Australian Group 1s. So I'm sure we'll see her get a Group 1 over there. And then this season, well, you know, Dark Destroyer started it off with the Tarzino, and that was fantastic. You know, he was unlucky in the Group 1 Queensland Derby. And then, of course, we've had the classic double with Pierre and Legato. So, you know, it doesn't get too much better than that. And in that mix is Proisir. You know, to me, she's going to be a really exciting Oaks filly in the autumn. So, but you know, if you look in the Derby nominations for you know, the new season, you'll see Proisir's got about 5 or 6 that, you know, they look, talking to the connections and the trainers, that their half chances have been in that Derby, some of them.
And what about the attributes he leaves in his progeny? What makes them such good racehorses?
They've got that turn of foot, you know, a lot of them, and Proisir had that electric turn of foot. You know, even Hugh Bowman said his acceleration was his biggest weapon. So, and that only the good horses, Hugh said, had that. So, yeah, that acceleration, and it's, I guess it's, you know, the versatility too. They seem to be able to do everything so far. Quite obvious to the punters in particular, at the end of a dogfight, at the end of a race, the Proisirs never seem to give in, you know, and I guess that's the hallmark of a great stallion.